Hello. I want to talk about how remaining true to yourself really is the best thing that you can do. And I'm going to explain what I mean. It really will give you the most empowerment, okay? Having the strength to say yes or no as you see fit will lead you to your ultimate life, because we're happiest when we're the most comfortable. And we're the most comfortable when we are acting in line with our own belief system. We get uncomfortable when we go against ourselves, against the grain of our own value system, moral code, beliefs, right? And that happens a lot with the narcissist, that we go against our own belief system. Being authentic means your words and your actions line up with each other. Living your life according to your own moral code and value system, and not someone else's, namely in this case, theirs. You remain faithful to your own belief system, and you don't succumb to pressure from anyone else to behave differently than you would want for yourself. Okay, it means that when you're with people, all people, publicly, privately, in smaller groups, and also with you're the same person, and you stand with conviction and you move forward through life like that, okay? And how you narrate throughout the day to yourself really counts in terms of your headspace and how you're going to, how it's going to have a grave and great effect on your state of being. And you are all you have in defense with this narcissist business, okay? My comfort level increased because my words and actions were not in alignment at one point with this narcissist business. They were not. And my comfort level increased tremendously when I started to get them back in line. And what I mean by that is I'm yelling, screaming, hollering, complaining, crying, whatever, and saying, you can't behave that way. What are you doing? Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Yet I was accepting it. That's not being an authentic person. I wasn't being an authentic person. If I had really followed my convictions, the authenticity inside of me that I like to think that I have would have said, no, that's not acceptable. Bye-bye. Right? A lot sooner than I did. Maybe on infraction number 485 instead of 487, but I certainly would have done it a lot sooner than I did. The comfort level, when you start to, and this might sound like I'm saying to you, call him out or her out on every action that they've done to you. And we've talked about that before, and how if you have a comfort level with that and you are not in physical danger and you want to get things off your chest and you want to talk to your narcissist, go for it. But I'm not asking you to expunge everything. But what I'm trying to say to you is picture yourself in a place of empowerment. And it was virtually impossible for me to find that footing when I was playing the exact game that they do. Meaning, if you think about the narcissist, they do the exact opposite of everything I just listed in terms of being an authentic person. So how empowered do you think they really are? They know they're different people with all different people around. They've got to feel uneasy all the time. If they're juggling different ways of behaving with various people, and I mean, do they forget and mix it up sometimes? You know, my narcissist was different with his mother, with his kids, with his friends, with me, with a different girl, with business, do you know what I mean? He was different. So then I would look for times when I thought, is he juggling it And that happened after we broke up, and months later, I could see that he forgot who he was with me. So now when I would get a message or get some kind of video he would send to me somehow, I would catch it. He wasn't even the same person. It's like he forgets who he is. And I think that's a very weak position to take in life. Okay, so what I'm trying to tell you is I got caught in the middle of trying to be for him what I wanted him, what I thought he wanted me to be. And you might say to yourself, yeah, no, I can identify with that. Whether you're cooking up a storm because he likes that, or dressing up a storm because he likes that, or going out where he likes because he likes that, or there's a lot of things that we do for the narcissist because they like it. We're not talking about compromise here. He likes country music, you like rock music, so you go to each other's concerts. That's compromise. That's what you do in a relationship. That's not what I'm talking about. But when he's constantly asking you to go against the grain of what you believe and you say yes, that can chip away at us. And like I think I mentioned once before, I even towards the end, I was bargaining. Oh yeah, I was offering things I knew I would never be comfortable doing. I was trying to bargain. Well, I'll do this and oh my God, I look back. That really made me uncomfortable. That was probably the lowest for me, now that I look back, is when I was the furthest away from myself. I'll say that again. That was the lowest for me. When I started bargaining and I said, well, I'll do this and I'll do that and we can try this and we can do that. I was the furthest away from my authentic self. I knew when the bargaining chips were coming out of my mouth that they were never going to happen, and that I was really uncomfortable, and that I was just throwing things against the walls to see if they would stick. I was trying to make him say, ooh, okay, that sounds nice. It was against the grain of who I was. You can't maintain that. And I was not in a strong position of defense against the narcissist in wrapping myself up in acting in a way or trying to think I could act in a way that was against the grain of who I was. If you are doing that currently, I don't think that you should anymore. And I think that you can start taking back little ways of making your authentic person stand out. And I'm sorry, can you get Minnie snoring right here? I don't know if you can hear her. I think that once I did that, what happened was then I got to sit back and watch him squirm through life. Like those last few months, it was like months and months and months where we were just maintaining contact, but we had broken up, but I thought I'd make him friends. Remember I told you, and I was keeping him around as a scientific experiment so I could question him, and it didn't work. But during that time, as I became further and further away from him and I gained myself back and I was in my strong footing, I saw him, he squirms through life. Because he would come through here, and there were a couple times he stopped in. I had other friends, and you watch him behave, and they're just all over the place. They don't know how to behave. Is he the funny guy today? Is he the dancing guy today? Is he the glum guy today? Is he the introspective guy today? Is he trying to be smart? Is he trying to look interesting? I mean, it was just sad. They're squirming through life. Like, don't you want to be a solid person in front of whoever's around? Like, my daughter and friends, and they can all be in the same room. They're going to get the same Renee. I don't have to worry and juggle and think, who's going to be, I got to be, sexy and charming because this person's in the room and I'm trying to hit on her, but my mother's in the room and I have to be this way. Like, I would watch him, not necessarily with his mother. I didn't meet his mother except on FaceTime. But what I'm saying is I would watch him move through a room and be this way over here with women, and then be that way over there with men, and then try to talk business with this person. And he sounded idiotic. The more I gained my footing, the more I realized how idiotic he looks going through life being 9 different people. And I I didn't like that about myself because I pride myself on having established a strong footing at this age and being able to be who I truly am in front of whoever's around. You know, an honest version of myself. I like to present myself with the honest version of myself. I'm not going to meet somebody and suddenly be different. Hi, how you doing? And shake their hand and try to look strong. And I see women do that. They try to make themselves look and sound different and strong. And no, hi, how are you? Nice to meet you. I don't care if it's a business meeting or a family meeting, or I am who I am. I have conviction in myself. And I want you to have the same conviction in yourself. And believe in yourself that you are enough, exactly who you are. And you might say, well, you know what? I've been with him for years or her for years. I don't even remember who I am. Well, if that's the case, then you sit, and I'm pen to paper. I've said it before. I'm a hard copy person. Pen to paper, and you write it down. I don't like to go out until 3 in the morning and get trashed. Joey, tell him that. I'm not doing that anymore. I don't like to jump on the boat with strangers that you met yesterday, because that's what a lot of narcissists do, right? They make fast best friends with people they meet out. Oh, we're going to go on their boat. And they're like, everybody's their new best friend. And you're all, if you don't like that, tell them. I don't like cooking every night. I don't know, whatever it is. Cooking might be a chore you have to do. You both have to eat, I guess. Okay, fine. I eat things that don't need to be cooked, so I'm safe there. Tuna fish is my friend. But what I'm trying to tell you is, for the real things that are important, if you are chipping away and giving a little bit of yourself towards the narcissist and shaving off pieces of yourself because you know you're going against the grain of something that you believe, that'll make you feel less equipped to deal with them. The stronger footing you get, the more power you take back, the better you'll be able to handle them when they come at you with anything. And they're always coming at us with something, right? There's never not a day or not an issue with the narcissist. Something's going to come up at some point. And I felt stronger and better equipped to deal with that. For example, earlier in the relationship, when I was still a little mixed up and my authentic self with him was compromised. I didn't like who I was. Didn't even recognize myself with him. But in those days, if he said something, sure, I'll go. Yeah, let's go out. Yeah, yep, no, sounds good. They seem like very nice people. Sure. Towards the end, it was, are you out of your mind? I'm not going on a boat with these strange people. Or, I'm not going to that place of debauchery. Are you out of your mind? I'm not doing that. I'm in my 50s. That place is for kids. Or, do you know what I mean? Just whatever it is that they're trying to make you do or bring you over here to do. I'm just thinking of examples in my head, but just start to take a little power back. And that's when I noticed I was getting better footing. When I could say no. I had more conviction as a 13-year-old saying no to things around me than I had in the relationship with that narcissist at one point. And I thought that was embarrassing for myself. And when I caught on to that, I was mortified. I mean, as a teenager, if somebody said, here, try this, try that, I was like, nope, no way, I have a path, my life is going to be this, I'm going to go to school, and I'm going to get, I was very focused, nothing could deter me. All of a sudden, at 53, I was like mush. And I would go and sway and teeter and compromise myself, and it was ugly. So I just want you to look at that. Because if you can rediscover your authenticity and sit in that strength of having that, it really does empower you. It really does. And it allows you to, maybe you can't leave your narcissist, but it allows you to be able to carve your own space out in your world. And if that's all you can wish for yourself because you can't leave them, then that you deserve that. A nice, peaceful space. So you can start taking power back and at least not doing things that are against the grain of what you believe. And I felt better. And that eventually gave me the power to leave him for good. Because I thought, I'm happy not doing the things that I don't want to do anymore. I'm feeling better. I'm sleeping better. I felt rested. Do you know what I mean? I felt rested, that I had determined that it was more important for me to follow my insides than to please him. I've known girls to whip up beef Wellington to lure a husband only to never cook again. That's what I'm talking about. That's not authentic. I don't like that behavior. That behavior doesn't sit well with me. In other words, for example, I don't cook. It's just not something I do. It's not that I can't or I won't. I just doesn't come up. I just don't need it. I eat crackers and cheese. I just don't. And if somebody came into my life, I'm not going to lure them with cooking them a meal because it's not the norm. So why would I do that? That's something I never did, not with the narcissist. He cooked. But cooking is something I'm using as an example. If you hate it and you're in there and you're trying to like woo him, and you know what? Give yourself a break. That's one example. So I think that when you find your authentic self again, you'll start to feel stronger and able to deal with things that come your way in a more peaceful manner inside you. And I think you'll find I stopped yelling. I stopped trying to fight. I stopped because I was just uninterested in change. I knew I couldn't change him or his mind or his path, and I was uninterested in compromising my path any longer and going down the hole of hedonism and debauchery that he represented. It could be fun for a while. Hey, let's go here. Let's go. As a lifestyle, it was completely nothing that I want or envisioned for myself. Anything that he represented. And it was against the grain of who I was. So I want you all to get back to who you are and get that power back. That's what this video is about. It's extremely important that you do remember who you are and have your strong footing, especially when you're in a relationship like this, because it's very easy for us to disappear. Chin up.